Singapore is one of the most beautiful, safest, and cleanest cities on Earth. Millions of tourists visit every year and leave completely amazed. But for a tourist who does not know the rules, Singapore is a legal minefield, where one wrong move can cost you thousands of dollars or land you in jail before your holiday is even over. These are not theoretical laws gathering dust in old books. These are actively enforced rules with real fines, real arrests, and real deportations happening to real tourists every single year. And almost none of them will be in any travel guide you have ever read. This is the Singapore Tourist Survival Guide, and it starts right now. Rule number 1, chewing gum will get you fined. Not just buying it, not just chewing it in public. Importing even a single pack of chewing gum into Singapore without a medical prescription is illegal. Singapore banned the sale and import of chewing gum in 1992 after authorities decided gum stuck to train doors and public surfaces was costing the city millions in cleaning costs every year. If customs finds a pack of regular chewing gum in your bag at Changi Airport, you are facing an immediate fine. Singapore decided a clean city was worth more than the right to chew, and they have enforced it without apology for over 30 years. Rule number 2, littering will cost you $300 minimum. Drop a candy wrapper, a cigarette end, or any piece of rubbish on a Singapore street, and you are looking at an immediate $300 Singapore fine. Repeat offenders face fines of up to $2,000 and are required to clean public spaces wearing a bright orange vest, photographed and published in local newspapers for the entire country to see. Singapore's anti-littering enforcement is not passive. There are dedicated litter patrol officers whose entire job is watching public spaces. There are cameras monitoring streets specifically for this offense. Rule number 3, spitting in public in Singapore is illegal. Spitting on any public surface is a penable offense under Singapore's Environmental Public Health Act. Fines start at 1,000 Singapore dollars for a first offense. This law exists as part of Singapore's broader commitment to public hygiene, dating back to Lee Kuan Yew, the man who transformed Singapore from a developing nation into one of the most prosperous cities in the world in a single generation. Rule number 4, forgetting to flush a public in Singapore's toilet is illegal. Under Singapore law, failing to flush a public toilet after use is a penable offense. Singapore's National Environment Agency has the legal authority to conduct spot checks and issue fines. Singapore installed flushing detection technology and surveillance in many public restrooms specifically to enforce this law. In most countries, leaving a toilet unflushed is considered rude. In Singapore, it is considered a criminal matter. Rule number 5, feeding pigeons or any wild birds in Singapore is illegal and carries a $500 fine. Tourists from all over the world instinctively reach for food when they see birds. In Singapore, that instinct will cost you 500 Singapore dollars on the spot. Singapore's National Parks Board actively enforces this law with patrols in public areas. The fine applies whether you are feeding 1 pigeon or 20. Singapore does not modify its laws for visitors. You are in Singapore, and Singapore's rules apply. Rule number 6, singing obscene songs in public can result in up to 3 months in jail. Under Singapore's Miscellaneous Offences Act, singing or reciting any obscene song or words in a public place is a criminal offense carrying a fine or imprisonment. A song considered completely normal entertainment at home could qualify as a public offense in Singapore. When in doubt, save the singing for your hotel room. The 3 months in jail is not worth any song. Rule number 7, connecting to someone else's unsecured Wi-Fi in Singapore is legally considered hacking. Under Singapore's Computer Misuse Act, accessing any network without the owner's authorization is a criminal offense. This includes open unsecured Wi-Fi networks. Tourists who automatically connect to the strongest available SIGNAL have unknowingly committed a criminal offense under Singapore law. Purchase a local SIM card on arrival and use only official verified public hotspots. Never connect to any network you cannot verify. Rule number 8, vaping and e-cigarettes are completely banned in Singapore. Not regulated, not restricted. Completely and totally banned. Importing, possessing, using, or tourists who vape at home regularly have been stopped at Changi Airport with devices in their luggage and faced immediate fines and confiscation. First offense fines reach 2,000 Singapore dollars. Leave your vape at home or leave it at the airport. Rule number 9, Singapore's drug laws are among the most severe in the entire world. Trafficking controlled substances carries a mandatory death penalty above certain weight threshold. There are no exceptions for tourists, no consideration of personal use, and no, every passenger arriving in Singapore passes under a sign at immigration that states, clearly, death for drug traffickers under Singapore law. This is not a warning designed to frighten. It is a statement of legal fact. Rule number 10. Bringing durian onto Singapore's public transport is illegal. The fruit produces an odor so powerful that Singapore transport authorities made its presence on the MRT a finnable offense. Signs prohibiting durian are posted at every single MRT station entrance. And here's the Singapore law that produces the most disbelief every single time. Walking around your hotel room without closing the curtains, if you're undressed, can be charged as public indecency if a neighbor sees you and files a complaint. Under Singapore law, your private space becomes legally public the moment it is visible from outside. Closing your curtains in Singapore is not just polite, it is legally advisable. In Singapore, even your hotel room has rules. Singapore is absolutely worth visiting. It is one of the safest, most efficient, most extraordinary cities on earth. The food alone is worth the flight. But Singapore operates on a completely different legal and social contract than almost anywhere else in the world. That contract applies to every single person the moment they land at Changi Airport. Ignorance of the law is not a defense in Singapore. The most dangerous assumption any tourist can make is thinking that because Singapore looks familiar, it operates by familiar rules. If this survival guide helps you enjoy Singapore without a fine, a court date, or a jail cell, subscribe to Untold Facts, where every week we uncover the hidden side of countries, laws, foods, and cultures most people only discover when it is too late.